What is up, my spooky mates of YouTube? My name is Aussie Marcel, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing and sharing my first impressions of Diesel's Bad Intense, a fragrance for men.
Spooky, scary skeletons speak with such a screech.
What, did you think he was gonna hack me up into little pieces or something?
You might be wondering why this isn't the second part of the iceberg video, and that is a very good question. And the simple answer to that is that it is over 2 hours of footage that I have to trim down to a neat 1 hour. Like, I'm hoping that it's about 1 hour. It could end up being like 90 minutes of footage for all I know. And that takes a lot of effort and a lot of work. But in saying that, it is my favorite video I've ever done on the channel, and that is the exact sort of style of content I wanted to make when I started my YouTube channel. So you're gonna have to bear with me a little bit. But anyways, I'm getting there. It should be out next week, maybe even tomorrow if I really just dig deep and get it out there. But until then, let's get into the review of Diesel's Bad Intense for Men. You may be familiar with Diesel's Bad. This is an aromatic fragrance, very masculine, and it's known for having a note of peat, you know, from like a peat bog, which kind of is a little smoky, a little similar to incense. It's sort of like a dirt, soil, smoky sort of a feel, and also a note of caviar, which gives this fragrance a little bit of an animalic quality. On a tester strip, the fragrance reminds me of a lot of Paco Rabanne scents. Think of Invictus, think of Black Excess, think of 1 Million even. It shares a lot in common with those sorts of fragrances. So if you like the Paco Rabanne style of fragrances, I would highly recommend checking out Diesel's Bad, because here in Australia, at a place called Priceline, you can find a bottle of this at a really good price. I've even seen them go down as low as about $60 Australian for the 75 ml bottle. It isn't the cheapest fragrance around, but if you're after a Paco Rabanne style scent with a touch more complexity and a little less sweet, it's going to be a great option. I've gotten a lot of really good compliments for Diesel's Bad, but I'm really excited to try out Diesel's Bad Intense. Straight away, I'm a little disappointed by the bottle design. It actually looks cheaper and less expensive than Diesel's Bad. It's a gloss instead of a matte black like the original. This flanker out of the atomizer smells quite similar to the original. So I'm looking forward to trying this one out. Atomizers for both these fragrances are really strong. It smells like eggnog. It smells like a combination of eggnog and leather. It's got a little bit of like a cinnamon cookie sort of vibe, almost like a gingerbread man. But I get like Christmas eggnog with rum. It's a little boozy, huge vanilla note here, rummy. It's not too similar to the original. Like, as it's drying down on the tester strip a little bit, I am getting a little bit more of the aromatic quality of the original. But for the most part, I think this is significantly better than the original. It still shares some of that smokiness that the original has, but it does smell a lot like an alcoholic eggnog. So you may like that, you may not like that. Another fragrance this reminds me of is, try and imagine Mercedes-Benz Club Black, but with less of an incense smokiness and more of a like a boozy, rummy rum sort of note. It's actually quite a powerful smelling fragrance. I reckon this is going to perform for at least 8 hours. I will have to test it out on my skin, and I already know that this is going to be exceptional for compliments. In my experience, the biggest compliments I've ever gotten for fragrances, it always involves like some sort of vanilla fragrance like Mercedes-Benz Club Black. What's another fragrance that gets me a lot of compliments? Zadig and Voltaire's This Is Him. Those two scents in particular. Oh, and Eau De Parfum, that's another one by Issey Miyake. This fragrance smells beautiful. If you're after a dark sort of vanilla fragrance that's similar to Club Black but a little different, I would highly recommend checking this out. If you're after a more aromatic and juvenile sort of sweet scent, Diesel's Bad has you covered. But if you want more of a vanilla, smoky sort of feel, go with Diesel's Bad Intense. The price for this one's about $100 for 50 ml, so it is a significant step up in price from the original. But I do think you are getting the extra dollar in terms of a fragrance that's going to get you compliments, and if it's anything like it is on the tester strip, I reckon the performance for this one's going to be pretty good as well. So, if you've ever tried any of the Diesel fragrances before, the Bad lineup in particular, let me know in the comments below. What are your experiences with the Diesel Bad lineup of fragrances, and your experience with the Diesel fragrances in general? Let me know in the comments below. I'm actually genuinely curious to find out what you guys have to say. And until the next video, which will hopefully be the iceberg video, my name is Aussie Marcel, and I'll catch you guys around.